Status games are always theatre. When I say status games are always theatre, I am pointing to something very simple but very uncomfortable. Most of what humans do in public is performance, not reality. Let's unpack it slowly. Status is not real, it is a perception. Status is simply how others rank you in their mind. Bigger car, better job title, more followers, expensive watch, luxury house. None of these change the substance of a human being. They only change how people look at you. So people start performing signals to influence their perception. That performance is what I call theater. Theater means performance for an audience. Think of an actor on stage. He wears a costume, he delivers lines, he pretends to be a king. But after the show, he goes home and removes the costume. Status games work the same way. Examples: someone buying a 25 lakh car to feel respected, someone posting gym photos for admiration, someone dropping brand names in conversation, someone showing off startup success. All of this is stage behavior for an audience. Inside, nothing fundamental changed. Why the theater exists? Humans evolved to signal rank in tribes. Higher rank meant more safety, better mating options, more influence. So the brain constantly scans who is above me, who's below me. Modern society replaced tribal signals with modern props: cars, degrees, social media, job titles. So the theater continues. The trap people fall into. Most people don't realize it's theater. They believe the play is real. So they suffer when someone else appears higher status. Example: someone buys a 25 lakh car. Your ego reacts. He's ahead of me. But what actually happened? Nothing. A machine changed ownership. That's it. Yet the mind creates a story of hierarchy. That is the illusion. So I'm not saying status doesn't exist in society. I'm saying a wise man sees the stage. The moment you see it as theater, the comparison weakens, the emotional charge fades, the illusion collapses. It becomes like watching actors. You don't envy an actor playing a king. You know it's a role. The deeper realization. Real power comes when a man stops playing theater, not because he is morally superior, but because he sees it is meaningless. He focuses instead on mastery, skill, inner clarity, real work. And ironically, such people often end up with real status, but they are no longer chasing it. Something important for you specifically. You are currently in a phase where your physique is improving. People are noticing. Cars and symbols are triggering ego reactions. You even told me you don't like the self obsession that comes with it. That awareness is actually the beginning of seeing the theater. Most people never reach that point. So, if I was speaking directly, I would sound like this: the man who is disturbed by another man's car has not yet understood life. Status is a story the weak tell themselves. Imagine a man walking down a street. His neighbor has just bought a new car. Shiny, expensive, loud with quiet pride. The man stops. For a moment, something inside him tightens. A whisper appears in the mind. He's ahead of me. The heart beats faster. The mind begins its silent arithmetic. His car is 25 lakh. Mine is less. People will respect him more. Maybe I am behind. And just like that, a story is born. Not in reality, but in the fragile theater of the mind. The car did not say anything. The road did not bow to it. The sky did not lower itself in reverence. It is a machine. Four wheels, some metal, a combustion of fuel. Yet the human mind looks at it and sees rank. Rank in what? In a game no one formally agreed to play. This is the peculiar tragedy of man. He does not suffer because of reality. He suffers because of stories. Stories about who is ahead. Stories about who is behind. Stories about who must be admired. And these stories are fragile things. They require constant feeding. A bigger car, a better watch, a grander house. Each purchase merely postpones the next insecurity, for the theater must go on. A wise man sees the stage. He sees the costumes. He sees the actors. One man arrives in a luxury car, another arrives in a luxury suit, a third arrives with thousands of followers, each believing he is playing the role of a king. But when the lights dim and the curtain falls, they return home to the same quiet uncertainty that haunts every actor. Status is a story whispered in the ears of the insecure, a currency accepted only by those desperate to be valued. The strong man has no use for it. He is busy building something real: skill, understanding, mastery, things that do not depend on the applause of the crowd. The man who is disturbed by another man's car has not yet seen the illusion. The man who smiles at it has begun to awaken, and the man who does not even notice it is already free. In the end, nothing was ever at stake: not the car, not the watch, not the applause of strangers. There were only props on a stage where billions perform their roles with great seriousness. The tragedy is not that the theatre exists, the tragedy is that most never realize they are actors. They spend their lives polishing costumes, memorizing lines, and competing for louder applause, all while the real work of life, seeing clearly, building mastery, and understanding oneself, quietly waits in the background. A man who sees the illusion does not become bitter, he simply steps off the stage, and when he does, something strange happens. The noise fades, the comparisons dissolve, the endless race comes to an end. What remains is a quiet kind of freedom, the kind that cannot be purchased, displayed, or admired, only lived.